Hey, what does it be? Sexy Beast, GhostSickness, Tristan here, and I just wanted to talk about yesterday's video. So if you did not see yesterday's video, it is currently deleted from my channel for reasons I'll explain in just a minute, but it was a kind of advice video, and I labeled it a ghostly advice when it first started with my friend Will. And so Will came on, and the whole video was supposed to be a joke. The whole video was supposed to not be taken seriously, be taken lightheartedly, and not really taken to heart, and real advice wasn't supposed to be given in that video, and it wasn't given in that video, obviously. But basically, it started out, and I kind of gave a warning for it, but I didn't really explain fully what we would be doing, and that the entire video was a joke. I didn't explain that, and that is my fault. What I did say is it would be the douchiest ghostly advice ever, and I'll play that clip right here. So, we're bringing you the douchiest / best ghostly advice you guys will ever listen to. I'm warning you, we're going to be mean, and it's going to be really funny, because... Now, what I want to say, guys, is I'm really sorry for offending anybody making that video, and I'm really sorry for kind of making that video in general. Now, it was fun to hang out with Will, and it always is, but the thing is that he didn't really want to do ghostly advice, and so I did, but he didn't really want to do like a serious ghostly advice or something like that. And so I really should have explained, like, it's some other people's bad advice series where they, you know, jokingly give people shit and just kind of give them fake advice and not real advice, and just kind of, you know, kind of point and laugh. And it wasn't really that funny, because the guy sending the first email had a very, very serious email, and the guy sending the second email also had a pretty serious email. Well, not really a very serious email the second time, but the first guy really was the main thing that people were irritated about. And I just want to take full blame and full credibility and not throw Will under the bus for that kind of coming to light. Because what happened was, this guy made a video, or this guy sent me an email about having kind of being not forced into a gay experience, but he didn't know, right? He kind of got coaxed into it, and he didn't really know that he was being fooled and everything like that. And so I really just want to say I'm sorry for anybody who I offended, especially longtime viewers, for mine and Will's performance. I'm going to apologize on behalf of Will, because he meant it as a complete joke. He didn't mean it to be taken literally at all. He isn't a douchey guy in that way. He doesn't go around like, oh, fucking faggot and stuff like that. It's really not that kind of thing. And if you guys have been following my channel for any amount of time, you guys know that I give ghostly advice, and it's usually a very serious thing, but I get a lot of funny emails as well. But this was not an email that would have been funny. So the only way I can really think of making it up to you guys is to kind of give this guy and the other guy genuine advice, and I think that's the best way that I can do, besides just saying sorry to all my loyal subscribers, sorry to anybody who even watched that video and was offended by it. I know a lot of you guys laughed at it, which is good, but that was the intention anyway, but things don't always go as planned, I guess I would say. And so why it's removed is because I don't really want... So, people can find my channel through any amount of videos, right? If they find this video, then they find my channel. If they find this video, then they find my channel, or they just find my channel regardless, right? I don't want that to be one of the first videos people watch on my channel, because like, wow, this guy's a douchebag, and I'm talking about me, because I took part in it as well. I'm not going to throw Will under the bus, like I said, but it's like, wow, this guy's a douchebag, I don't really want to watch his channel ever again, and if they find me ever again, they're going to be like, wow, still remember this guy's a douchebag, because first impressions really, really matter, and so I really hope that wasn't anybody's first video, but it is now since removed from my channel, because I don't want that to be impacting growth in the future, and also not enabling people to respect my channel and respect me and kind of respect the series. So I took it out of ghostly advice, I deleted it from the channel, and I'm really sorry, guys. I hope that you weren't offended by that, and I really hope the guy sending the emails, or the guy who sent the email and the other guy who sent the other email, aren't too mad at me or offended. But yeah, ghostly advice is a very serious series that I take seriously, obviously, and so my email's in the description below if you guys want to email me some serious questions, or maybe some not serious questions. I don't really care. But anyway, I'm going to give both of these guys genuine advice right before I get right into it. So, when I was about 12, I was at my friend's house. We were just hanging out, playing with some Legos, you know, just normal stuff. Then we started talking about girls. Both of us had not kissed anyone yet. He had told me that him and his neighbor, who was also in my class, had shown each other their penises and told me that everyone does it. So this is where it comes to be tricked into it. And being a young guy and not knowing any better, we did it. We touched each other's, and I didn't really mind. We basically just touched each other's penises and didn't do much more. After about a year, I was walking with the neighbor, and I asked him if he had ever done that with my friend. He replied no. So I was basically tricked into doing this. P.S. I had kissed a girl by then, if that matters, and it does matter. I hated my friend, the neighbor, and I didn't talk to my friend that I did all that stuff with anymore. It was over 2 years since it happened. I was wondering if I should tell anyone or just forget about it. Another problem is that everyone thinks I'm gay. I have nothing against gay people, and I would actually stand up for gay people. The only problem is that a girl that I liked came up to me and asked if I was gay. She didn't say it to offend me, but she was serious. I get along really well with girls. More than half of my friends are girls. I feel like I can talk more easily to girls than guys. I now can say, I know you say ask a girl out within 2 weeks of knowing her, but I feel like I have to get to know them pretty well first, and that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying that so you don't get into friend zone and stuff like that, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I've only asked out about 3 girls. One of them was pretty popular and I wasn't, so that was my fault. But the other 2 I got along really well with. I got rejected 3 times. I don't want to turn into a douche, but I don't want to be friend zoned all the time. And so, yeah, and so he's talking about going to a Catholic school and everything like that, that he doesn't really believe in God either. And it's an all-boys school. They just want to go to that school, and he wants to move to America because he's from Ireland. So, yeah, I don't really know, man. I don't really know if, okay. Alright, so let me start with the first problem that you have going on. So when it comes to this, man, you really need to tell somebody. You really need to tell, like, your parents, and you got to start it like, hey, look, I was tricked into kind of doing something gay, and being gay is perfectly okay, guys. I explained this, and I've explained this multiple times, but being gay is nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be worried about. You may get hate from other people and stuff like that. Oh, my God, the irony is real. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, you guys know what I mean. But it's nothing to be afraid of, but you're not gay. I doubt you're gay because you talk about liking girls and that it's just something you did and that you weren't really like, oh my God, I really enjoyed it and everything was fantastic. You're just like, yeah, it kind of happened and it wasn't the worst experience I've had because, you know, I consented to it at the time. But in general, he was tricked into doing it. So I wouldn't say that you're gay, man. Just because you've had a gay experience does not make you gay and or any more gay than anybody else, because a lot of people have had a gay experience, but it doesn't make them gay. Now, what I would say to you for the second problem is if people think you're gay, why do they think you're gay? I mean, if they know about this, then that's something different. Maybe it's the way you talk. Maybe it's something this. Maybe it's something that. How you dress. It doesn't matter. The thing is not to kind of cater to other people and not to kind of dress differently or not to change for these people. But what I would say to you, man, is what you should do is just kind of act how you are, just be who you are. And I don't know how many people you've told about this because you said it doesn't seem like you've told many people about this. And I wouldn't just forget about it. I would kind of come to terms with it, be like, yeah, it happened, fuck that guy, and that guy's a douche. And I would confront him as well. I'd just be like, what the fuck, bro? You tricked me into doing that shit? That's just ridiculous. And yeah. So come to terms with it, confront him about it, and just kind of reason with yourself. Tell your parents, maybe not tell a counselor, but just tell your parents, and get to talking about it so that you can kind of work through this and be like, look, I don't like this guy. I don't really appreciate this guy, and he tricked me into doing this, and it wasn't very nice, and it's just not fair. So, yeah, man, always be yourself. If you get rejected by girls, that's perfectly okay. I do as well, man. I'm on a rejection streak lately, so don't even worry about it, man. 3 times in a row isn't bad. The more times you try, the more times you'll fail, but also the more likely you'll succeed. So, what I'd say to that, man, is get to know a girl as well as you can, but don't wait too long. And this is where it comes to the 2 weeks thing, kind of that I talked about. You can literally wait too long to make a move on a girl, and at that time she'll just associate you as a friend, and she'll be like, yeah, so we're just friends. He's a pretty cool guy. I get along really well with him, but I don't really like him in that way. And that's kind of why you should make a move quicker rather than later. So yeah. Really hope that answers your question, bro. When it comes to moving to America with your dad, I would really talk to your dad about it. I don't really know that your mom can do all that much, but try to get full custody with your dad or at least move there. You should be coming to the age, I don't know how the laws are in Ireland, but where you're old enough to decide which family you want to live with and which house you want to stay at. So when it comes to going to a Catholic school you don't really like, talk to your mom and dad about it. Be like, hey, look, I really don't like this school. I really don't agree with this kind of stuff, and I would like to go somewhere else. So, Mom, please transfer me out of the school. It's a really important thing. So, I'm moving on to the second email for today, guys. I'm sorry. So, there's a friend of mine. He's pretty cool and chill, most of the stuff like that, most of the time. So, He was dating this really hot girl for a while, and they broke up about a month ago. I've been becoming a lot better friends with that girl, and we've had an on and off relationship. But that's not the problem. The other day, I had my arm around her in the hallway. We were just talking. Then the friend came out of nowhere and grabbed my hand, and before I could know it, he shoved my hand onto her tits. Mind you, I'm in 7th grade, and tits weren't huge, but they were big enough to make a good impression, and it made stuff really awkward between me and her for like a day. I don't know how to deal with shit like that whenever he does it. By the way, me and the girl are really cool, and we still like each other. By the way, I don't know what I should do if he does this any more stuff like that, how I should react. She didn't really care. Awesome, I know, but again, it was a shitty thing to do. You're right. Love the videos. Keep up the awesome work. This doesn't have to be in a video, but a reply would be nice. Now, what I would say to you, bro, and you've been a long-time subscriber, so I'm really sorry for kind of answering you unseriously and just kind of in a joking way in the last video that I did. But what I would say to you, man, is what you need to do is you need to tell your friend, be like, bro, this isn't fucking cool. Her and I are cool, and I like this girl, and bro, I really think you should ask her out. You said you've been on and off, so I don't know what that means. Maybe you've dated, maybe you haven't dated, but on and off relationship, I don't really know. It seems like you guys have dated on and off, and if it isn't working, maybe you shouldn't date her. I don't really know, but as long as you guys are cool and friends, that's perfectly fine with me. Just do whatever you think is best for you. So when it comes to this, you need to tell your friend to fuck off. You need to tell your friend to stop doing this. And if you're around her, so if maybe you tell him, right, and maybe he doesn't stop doing this, so if you're around her and he comes up and maybe he tries to do that shit again, maybe step away from her before he kind of comes around, like, hey, bro, take your arm off of her, come around, be like, oh, what's up, man, and try to keep your arms by your sides, maybe in your pockets or whatever, so he doesn't do stuff like this. But when it comes to doing something like this, like I said, confront him, tell her that you're sorry, and obviously she kind of knows because you guys made up and it wasn't like super awkward. It's not like she's not your friend anymore. But be like, hey, look, I'm sorry about that. I know that it's not very cool, and he apologizes for that as well. And just, I don't know, maybe he's not sorry for it. He probably isn't sorry for it if he's making you do it. But regardless, what you need to do is tell him that and tell her that, and make sure so he stops doing that. And I don't really know that he will. I can't promise that he will. I can't promise that he won't. But what I would say to you is that you need to confront him, you need to apologize to her, and you need to kind of keep your distance from her if he's around so he doesn't do that, so he doesn't force that upon her. But really, if you guys enjoy this kind of making up video, I'm really sorry for everything, everyone I offended, everybody I lost, loyal subscribers, unloyal subscribers. I don't really care, just regardless of people who I offended on that video. Remember the fact that I love you guys. Bye.